Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Birch Middle School here pre-K through 8th grade as we are here for Mingo Central and Lincoln County basketball this evening in Birch, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones with us here this evening as we get set for an old-time rivalry here between these two schools and one of the more historic gymnasiums you can find in the state of West Virginia as we are getting ready here tonight for another rivalry matchup on the D&D Sports Network. Well, we're going to step aside for a quick break. When we come back, it'll be time for player introductions as well as pregame festivities and the tip-off here from Birch Middle School as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here to Birch Middle School. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones here with you this evening as we are getting set for the tip between Mingo Central and Lincoln County here tonight. As we'll go through the starters here in just a moment. As for Lincoln County, it'll be Cam Porter, Jaden Miller, Hayden Davis, Colin Duncan, and Alex Banks. For Mingo Central will be Aiden Burke, Marshall University committee, Maddox Sarton. As right off the tip goes Devin Maynard, who is next on our list for introductions, and Devin gets a quick two. It's Keziah Joplin and Bo Hatfield in the starting lineup for the Miners here this evening. So again, Maynard gets the first two of the contest. They go into the left corner for a three. Panthers Duncan too strong on that attempt. Taken away by Maynard. So get it up to Burke. Miners looking to try and extend their lead early. And you can see some familiar faces from the Logan County area with this Mingo Central clubbing. And Maddox Sarton went to Chapmanville Middle School. Devin Maynard went to Logan his freshman year. Right there, a little inside jumper. Won't fall for him. Rebound taken away by the Panthers into the front court. Davis skips it cross court, gets it back out top, over to Porter. You see Mingo Central really spacing out on this 3-2 zone to get things started. So work it into the middle now. Banks kicks it back out. Nice baseline pass. Nothing there, though, for Duncan as he tries to pass out of it and throws it away into the stands. That'll get it back over to Mingo. So there's a good possession there by Lincoln County, setting things up with their passes, but that zone defense of Mingo just recovering so quickly. So now the Panthers go full court pressure. From their side, Joplin gets it overhead, over to Sarton, now down low to Burke as he creates the contact, and he'll draw the foul. They're going to get Jaden Miller on that foul. That'll be his first, and that'll send Burke to the free throw line. And we'd like to thank our first quarter sponsor here tonight, White Eye Care, helping us bring you the action this evening from Birch Middle School. Burke's first free throw off the mark. Second free throw, he'll get the rattle home. So 3-0 lead now for the Miners. Early stages of this first quarter here on this Friday evening from Birch, West Virginia. Get it over far side for Duncan, has to step through a double team, able to find Davis. Davis tries to shovel it over, but Burke intercepts. There's a 4-on-1 now over to Joplin. He'll take it in, misses. Burke gets it. He can't put it in. Burke tips again, and this time he will convert. It's almost a disaster there for Mingo Central with a 4-on-1 break. Nearly didn't capitalize, but Burke finally gets the tip in. So 5-0 lead. Davis trying to get away from pressure. Joplin reached in. And they're going to get the foul on Sarton instead for the reach in. Davis will inbound near side. Throws it into a trapping area to Porter. Gets it back out. Now back to Porter. Head fakes. Tries to dribble in. Runs out of room. He'll kick it back out to Miller. Now pass will get over the head of Davis and into the backcourt for an over and back violation. That's going to draw a timeout here for Lincoln County. It's been a rough 2-10 to start this contest for the Panthers. Well, while we have a moment, we'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight. Stereo Video Unlimited, Rebound Physical Therapy, Global Arc Ministry, PT12 Pizza, White Eye Care, 304 Motorsports, Logan Regional Medical Center, Logan Bank and Trust, Blessings and Blooms, the Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, and Trend Services, helping us bring you the action here tonight. Now, Mingo Central with the ball and a 5-0 lead here in the early going. Joplin will get it over far side for Maynard. Maynard's pass out front's going to get away and taken by Porter. He'll drive in on Sarton, and Sarton got a piece of it. Able to reject it away as Joplin feeds it up ahead to Maynard. Maynard, nice dish underneath to Burke, and he'll lay it in. Great passing there by the Miners as they lead it now 7-0. Porter gets it over near side for Duncan. Long cross-court pass, able to find Davis. Davis works inside the three-point line, and he'll draw a whistle. Looks like they're going to get this one on Joplin. So that'll be his first. Davis will inbound from the far side. Mingo Central extending this zone pressure right now. Inside, dangerous pass and taken by Maynard. Maynard pushing hard up the left side, gets all the way to the 10, and he'll lay it in. Again, we know Devin Maynard can light it up in a hurry. I remember doing a game a couple years ago in JV at Logan. He scored 40 points in that JV contest at Willie Acres Arena. He's already out to a four-point night tonight as that pass got well away from Duncan as he took out part of the concession stand over there on that pass. As he'll go to the bench now. There's a substitute coming in now for the Panthers. As Tanner Bowman will check in for the first time. So 9-0, all Mingo here in the opening quarter so far. On the far side, Hatfield gives it off, has it deflected. Hatfield able to rip it back, but now has it taken away from him by Miller. So strongman contest there to try and get the ball away, and Joplin creating all sorts of havoc in the backcourt. Porter couldn't get by him, and now Burke almost with the steal as he got his hands on it and had a foot on the sideline as he was taking off the other way. Now J.D. Roberts set to check in here for the Panthers as Davis will check out. County looking for their first bucket of the game. I believe they've only got one shot attempt so far, and that was on their opening possession. Inside they work it, pass over, intercepted by Sarton. Sarton's so quick, able to intercept so many passes that way. He's very sneaky in that regard, and he almost bait you into a pass you didn't want to throw after all. Maynard drives in behind the back pass to Hatfield, and he'll knock down the jumper. A little showtime from Maynard, and Hatfield obliges with the two, and it's an 11-0 lead as that pass kicked away. It'll stay with Lincoln County. Again, Coach Mike Smith here for Mingo Central. Again, back in very familiar grounds for him. Again, won 4 state championships here at Birch High School, 3 as a head coach, 1 as an assistant. So he can look down at that floor and see all those state championships listed and know he was responsible for a whole heck of a lot of them. As he's now coaching Mingo Central. Over the far side, Porter, he'll launch a 3, and there's the first bucket of the game for the Panthers, much needed. That'll trim it down to 11-3 with 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Sarton kicks it over far side, tough pass, but Hatfield able to grab. So we'll get it back out from Maynard. Maynard thought about backing in. Instead, he'll retreat to reset. Maynard now trying to clear out some space, telling Burke to move over to his left. So Maynard now gives it over to Burke. Burke, stutter step, drives hard. Had the ball knocked away on his way to the basket, though. So they can now into the front court by Roberts, has it stripped away as here comes Joplin back. He'll miss on the layup attempt and taken back by Porter. Now the Panthers racing into the front court. Porter checking behind him, and Sarton picks up a cheapie right there. That's going to be number 2 on him. So that'll bring a substitute in for Mingo for the first time tonight as Davion Joplin into the game. Skip it in far side. Alex Banks kicks it back out. Now back into the corner. Tough spot for Roberts to be in. Lost his footing and he loses it out of bounds. So far, Lincoln County's got themselves into some tough spaces where traps are almost inevitable. Mingo Central has been able to attack defensively very successfully here in the first quarter. Sarton stays in with those 2 fouls. Brings it across, gives it over for Burke. Burke looking to go one-on-one here. Had the ball knocked loose. Good defensive play there by Roberts. As up ahead, ball knocked away. Burke never gave up on the play, saved it. But now a travel going to be called underneath as Burke. What a hustle by him. As he ended up in the hallway going to knock that ball back. Mingo is able to get the ball back after that hustle play by Burke. Sarton gets the call from the bench, gives it over, Joplin. Dribbles to the top of the key, gives it back over for Burke. A little hesitation, now underneath. Davion goes up and he'll lay it up and in. Tough adjustment right there. And that puts the lead back up to 10 for the Miners here with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. Left side, Porter gets free, looks for a three, but that one's short. Taken by Burke underneath. Mingo racing into the front court. Hatfield, right side three. This one off the heel of the rim. Rebounded on the backside as Burke jumped and got a piece of it. As Miller couldn't quite get it over top of him, but it will stay with the Panthers. Keziah Joplin back into the game. Hatfield will check out. Discussion from the officials. And I think at first they were awarding the ball to Mingo, but then after that quick discussion, obviously it was going to be Lincoln ball after the deflection by Burke. Now Panthers bring it across here. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. The entry pass, nowhere to go as Miller gets it back out. Three up. That one short from Davis. Rebounded though underneath, put back up by Miller. He can't hit off the back iron. And rebound taken away by Joplin. Joplin will freeze, gives it off for Sarton. Final 35 seconds of the opening quarter. Sarton will bring it back out now as he gets a full steam up ahead. Drives in, had a shot blocked, but right there on the rebound is Joplin as he puts it in. 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Mingo Central leading it by a dozen now. Davis trapped near midcourt, able to find a man. Now underneath for Miller, had it knocked away by Sarton. Almost able to save it, but had a foot out of bounds. Now 9.7 seconds here for Lincoln to try and find an opportunity for the second bucket of the quarter. Davis looks inside for Miller, tries to split two defenders and lost it out of bounds. Well, the clock continued to run and just expired. But now they're going to put a little bit of time back on the clock. Looks like about 3.8 seconds now. And we had some clock issues over at Tays Valley last night with Tays Valley and Chapmanville. They get this fixed quickly as they inbound it to Joplin. He'll heave from half court, just off the side of the backboard. And that'll do it for the first quarter as Mingo Central dominates the opening 8 minutes, leading at 15-3 after one quarter. We'll be back after this as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
Smokey Armstrong here from United Motorsports of Belfry. Looking for your next adventure? We've got the motorcycles, side-by-sides, and ATVs needed to take your riding to the next level. Whether you're hitting the track, enjoying the trails, exploring the open road, or seeking comfort and style, we've got you covered with trusted brands like Honda, Polaris, and Kawasaki. At United Motorsports, we're not just about selling power sports, we're passionate about helping you find the perfect ride. Our team will work with you to customize your vehicle, offer expert advice, and provide top-notch service. No matter where your adventure takes you, ready to get started? Call us at 606-237-7311 or visit www.unitedmotorsportsbelfry.com or stop by today. Your next ride is waiting.
Quarter number 2 here from Birch Middle School. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt with you, along with Coach David Jones this evening. Mingo Central owned the opening 8 minutes, leading it 15-3 as we start quarter number 2. Almost a turnover on that pass. Miller somehow able to chase it down. Now they're knocked away by Maynard, knocked loose again. And finally, we're going to get termination here. It'll stay with Lincoln. So we had some confusion all over the place. Now the Panthers will inbound underneath. So get it out front for Davis. Cross-court pass to Bowman. Bowman thought about stepping into that 3. Instead gives it up. Now they dump it into the middle for Banks. Banks driving in right side. Can't get the layup to go, and rebounded by Joplin. So we'll wait for everybody to get into the front court to get set up. Joplin hesitates, gives it over to the right for Sarton, and Sarton staying on the floor with those 2 fouls. Gives it over for Maynard. He drives in right side, puts it up and in. Evan Maynard now leading in scoring with 6 points here tonight. It's a 14-point lead now for the Miners. Bowman back out front. Porter looking inside for Banks. Banks goes up. Maynard rejects it. Banks gets it back. Gives it off for Miller. Miller goes up in traffic. Can't get it. Rebound tipped out. Nice job that time by Joplin. Now it's stolen back by Porter. Sarton's got to be careful here as he's reaching in left and right. Now the ball knocked loose on the floor. Somehow saved by Porter. Gets it over for Banks. Banks on the left block, goes up, rejected by Burke. Gotten back and again put up by Miller. This one won't go. Panthers trying to get another opportunity here, and we're going to get a tie up instead. So Lincoln County had a mountain of opportunities right there, but could not get any of them to fall, and the possession arrow will give it over to Mingo Central. Eli Callahan checks into the game for the Panthers. Miller will go to take a breather. 17-3 here, early stages of the second quarter. Joplin up top. Gives it to Maynard, now over to Sarton. Sarton inside the free throw line jumper, off the back iron, off the front iron, now tipped around. Covered by Joplin, he'll kick it out. Sarton drives in, kicks it out. Burke, head fake, gives it back over for Maynard. Maynard surveying, gets it out to Burke. He'll jack up a high arching 3. It's going to come up short. Rebounded underneath by Bowman. We've got a lot of frantic pace and action here so far in the second quarter, but not a lot of points on either side to show for it. As we get a whistle and a blocking foul going to be called on Mingo. Davis will inbound. As Sarton will check out now. Hatfield comes back into the game for him. Porter, dangerous pass, gets to Bowman, almost over and back right there. They get it down low for Banks, and he's rejected by Burke. Aiden Burke has just been everywhere on the defensive side here in the first half. Lobbing in deep, dangerous pass, almost taken by Joplin, and then Bowman somehow throws in that 3. Oh, he had his head cocked to the side and everything, trying to get that shot off, and got it to fall. So that's earning 3 points the hard way for the Panthers. 17-6 now. Mingo leads it. Joplin looking at the top of the key, gives it over far side for Hatfield. Now over to Burke. They leave him alone. Burke faking a couple of times like he might take it. Instead, he'll bring it back out front. Burke driving in, lost the ball. That's happened several times to him so far here tonight. It's a good job by Banks, able to get his hands in. It's Porter now trying to get through a lot of traffic, does so, gets over to Bowman, and he'll knock down another 3. So Tanner Bowman brings this back within 10 points with 4:44 to go in the first half. A 30-second timeout now by Mingo Central, so we'll stay here with the Miners leading at 17-9. And again, this game brought to you in part by Stereo Video Unlimited, Rebound Physical Therapy, Global Arc Ministry, our second quarter sponsor, PT12 Pizza, White Eye Care, 304 Motorsports, Logan Regional Medical Center, Logan Bank and Trust, Blessings and Blooms, the Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, and Trend Services, helping us bring you the action here on this chilly Friday evening. And again, unfortunately tomorrow the Chapmanville and Capital matchup has been postponed. It'll be at a later date, one that we don't know as of yet. Again, that was going to match up number 1 against number 3 in AAA tomorrow night, so it's unfortunate that game won't take place. But we'll still have all sorts of high school basketball action coming your way tomorrow on the D&D Sports Network as well. Out of a timeout, Mingo Central seeing Lincoln County go on a little 6-0 run here. Climb back into it. Burke at the left elbow, lobs it over for Hatfield. Now out front, long 2 on the way for Joplin, no good. Rebounded by Burke, he'll kick it back out. Now to Hatfield at the free throw line, off the heel. Rebound underneath, taken away as Joplin fell to the ground. Now Davis looks cross court for Porter. Porter stops, brings it back to the top of the key. Mingo Central able to recover on defense as Bowman knocked down 2 threes in a row. Gives it over for Davis. He'll go for a triple. This one going to be short. Rebound taken by Burke. He races up the left side. Now runs out of real estate. Gives it back to Maynard. Dumps it down for Joplin. Joplin goes to the other side. Can't finish. And rebounded by Bowman. Long pass up ahead. Banks doesn't see it. And Hatfield will intercept it. Gives it back to Maynard. Maynard on the left wing. Looks inside, Joplin, nice pass out. Over to Davion, and he'll knock it down. Long 2-pointer there, and the lead back up to double figures. Porter sees the pressure waiting on him as he crosses midcourt, gets it to Bowman. Now Porter drives back in, finds the angle, and uses the glass. Porter's got 5 points now. 19-11. Hatfield into the middle for Maynard. Turnaround rejected. Nice job getting his hands in. There was Callahan. And we've seen great defensive efforts from both sides here in this first half. Quite a few blocks here in this first half as well as Porter falls down in a lot of trouble, and Lincoln County's going to have to burn a timeout here with 2:57 left in the first half just to try and save that possession, as it'll be a 30-second timeout. So we'll keep things here with the score 19-11. Mingo Central, and the man you see talking to the officials right now, again, very familiar face here in Birch. That is Mike Smith, the former head coach of the Birch Bulldogs. We mentioned he won 3 state championships as head coach, 1 as an assistant, coming back and helping coach now here at Mingo Central as well. So, like I said back in the first quarter, you know, this gym in an area brings back a lot of great memories for Coach Smith. And he never played star ball, Coach Smith. He always wanted to get the ball in the shooter's hands. This is according to Coach David Jones. And if the shooters didn't have a good shot, he always wanted them to just bring it back up to the top and set it up and run a play to get it into a perfect shot. This is Coach Smith's first time back in Birch, the old Birch High School gymnasium, coaching the boys' side. So again, that was from Coach David Jones giving us some info on Coach Smith. So glad to have him back in familiar stomping grounds tonight as Maynard able to finish on the layup on the other end. Great ball movement to help set that up. His lead back up to 10 now. Lincoln County has done a good job fighting back here in this second quarter so far, but now that pass gets away from Davis as Joplin brings it up the right side, and Davis slams hard to the ground, and they'll call that a charge. So get it on Joplin. That's going to be his second. So he and Sarton both in some foul trouble now in this first half. Lincoln County trying to whittle this lead back down below 10. Duncan looking, gives it over for Porter. Porter drives in, runs out of room, gets it back out to Duncan. Now to Bowman, he'll shovel it over for Davis. Back up top, Bowman again trying to see if he can get free. Instead goes to Porter in the left corner. At 3, gets a friendly bounce as Porter has his second three of the game and his 8th point overall. 21 to 14, and Hatfield traveled with it. He just dragged that pivot foot. And Hatfield trying to protest that his foot was down, but yeah, that pivot foot definitely slid that time. So the Panthers get it back. Chance to get it down to a 2-possession lead all of a sudden. Davis pass into the corner for Bowman. He'll launch a three. He's fouled on it as it almost rattled home, and instead it's going to give Bowman 3 free throw attempts now. Get that foul on Devin Maynard. And it was a 17-3 lead for Mingo Central. It's been an 11-4 run here by the Panthers as Bowman off on the first attempt. Bowman gets the second free throw as Joplin forgot that it was a free throw foul that time. He was eager to get in there for the rebound. And Bowman will sink 2 of 3. Now he and Porter have all 16 of the points between them for Lincoln County. Porter's got 8. And Bowman has 8. 1:18 left in the half. Burke looks inside, intercepted by Bowman, but taken back by Hatfield. Hatfield will get it back on the right wing. Tried to shovel it inside, now gets it back, falls down, and Bowman comes up with it. Now Bowman and Joplin collide in the backcourt, and Joplin helps Bowman to his feet. Gets it over for Davis, and now it's taken away by Maynard. Over to Burke, driving in on Davis, and Burke can't finish the dunk. Taken back now by Davis, and a foul in the backcourt. And that's going to go against Joplin as well, and that's going to be number 3. 48 seconds left in the half. What a turn of events that was. I was fearing for Hayden Davis on that play. He finally made a wise business decision and got out of the way at the last minute, but he did just enough to maybe bother Burke that time. And wow, baseline jumper falls for Bowman as he rattles it home. He's got 10 points, all of them here in this second quarter. It is now a 3-point game. Maynard, left baseline floater, can't get it to go. Rebounded by Callahan. It's been a 15-4 run here in this second quarter for the Panthers, after Mingo Central dominated the first quarter. Down to 7 seconds. Porter inside for Duncan. Can't hit on the turnaround. Callahan gets it. Gets it out for Davis for 3. That one's short, and that will do it for the first half as Mingo Central leading Lincoln County 21-18 here at intermission. We're going to step aside for a break and be back with some stats and analysis right after this as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody, here on the Rebound Physical Therapy halftime show. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones here with you this evening. And as you can see on our scoreboard here at halftime, the top scorers, well, the scores you see for Lincoln County, those are the only scorers. Again, they only had 2 people score in the first half. Tanner Bowman had 10 points. He leads all scorers, and he got all 10 of those points in the second quarter, as Cam Porter has the other 8 for the Panthers here at halftime. On the other side from Mingo Central, a little bit more disparity, as Devin Maynard has 8 points, Aiden Burke with 5, Davion Joplin with 4, and you had Keziah Joplin with 2, Bo Hatfield with 2, rounding out the scoring for Mingo Central. But Mingo Central did not connect on a 3-pointer in the first half. I really don't know if Mingo Central even shot a 3-pointer in the first half, to be honest. Except for, well, the Burke 3, and then that's about all I can remember that they attempted. But no 3-pointers for Mingo Central, but 4 knocked down by the Panthers. 3 of those coming in the second quarter during that big run by them, as they held Mingo Central just 4 second quarter points to help gain the advantage and climb back into this game. And right now, Lincoln County 2 of 3 at the free throw line. Mingo Central just 1 of 2. So not a whole lot of fouling, but you do have Sarton and Joplin both in foul trouble for Mingo Central here in the first half, heading into quarter number 3. So it'll be interesting to see the adjustments for Mingo Central here at the half as to what Lincoln County was doing at the end of the first half to climb back into this. Well, we're going to step aside for a break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the start of the second half as you are watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network. Start of quarter number 3 here from Birch Middle School. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones here with you on this Friday night. It's Mingo Central has the ball. Start the second half. The lead that was once 14 is now shrunk to 3. For the Miners as Maynard takes a 3 from the corner off the back iron. Bowman, who came in off the bench in the second quarter, grabs the rebound. He really sparked this offense that was just spinning its tires in the first half. Prior to him coming into the game, as Banks gets it on the left block, and they're going to call him for a travel. Banks didn't agree with the call, and that was one thing that Lincoln County's coaches and Mingo Central's coaches, I guess, had an agreement at halftime. They were both coming out complaining about the officiating, and they were complaining to each other about the officiating. So at least, you know, it's about the same on either side. As Maynard gets it out to Sarton. Long two-pointer rolls off. Burke tried to snag the rebound, lost control of it. Ball comes loose, and Hatfield grabs it. Gives it back over to Joplin. He'll kick it out for Sarton. Bounce pass inside to Burke. Goes up strong, and he'll lay it in. Aiden Burke with his 7th point now. Builds the lead back up to 5. And Mingo has led it wire to wire so far as that pass tipped away by Burke. Goes right to Maynard. Pass over to Joplin, though, gets away and out of bounds. And that'll give it back over to the Panthers. And you can see a little bit more emphasis on doing the fundamental things a little bit more correct here in this third quarter so far by Mingo Central. It seemed like they just lapsed on that in the second as Bowman, flamethrower tonight as he knocks down another 3. Tanner Bowman now with 13 points on the evening, and he even gave it a little 6-pistol shooter after that. He cuts the lead down to 2. Now Maynard looks to answer on the baseline. No good. Gets his own rebound back, and Devin Maynard able to put it back in. 25-21 now in favor of the Miners. This quarter trying to survey his way in. Can't hit. Banks gets it back. He's rejected. Somehow Davis comes out of there with it. Goes back into Banks, and a charge going to be called. Aiden Burke got good position that time and takes the charge. And that'll give it back over to the Miners, leading it by 4. And both coaches using that little intermission there to try and get some extra assignments yelled out. Sarton walks across the timeline. A little bit of a zone look now here for the Panthers in this third quarter. Joplin will drive inside, kicks it over for Hatfield. Now back out front into the middle for Burke. Burke almost had it stolen from behind as Davis was getting ready to take a tomahawk chop at it. Now here's a jumper from the free throw line off the mark for Maynard. Bowman tried an outlet pass, gets away, and now taken by Joplin. He'll drive in. Duncan tried to take a charge, no whistle given. It's a layup off, and now Lincoln County comes back the other way. Davis drives in, can't hit on the layup. The referee's letting him play here tonight. Up ahead to Joplin, gets it on a long outlet pass, and he'll lay it in. Frantic pace back and forth, and finally Mingo able to capitalize. Davis for 3, this one short. Banks went over the back that time, and that was an easy call for the official. Banks has picked up 2 quick ones here in the third quarter. And again, timeout called now by Lincoln County with 4:43 left in the third. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well and be back after this as you're watching high school basketball on the D&D Sports Network.
At Logan Regional Medical Center, our comprehensive inpatient rehabilitation program helps get you back to living life. With an 8-bed unit for patients 18 and over, our caring team of doctors, nurses, and rehabilitation specialists work with you, providing a full line of services to help you restore your capabilities and get you back home and back to living. Logan Regional Medical Center, providing inpatient rehabilitation close to home.
Mingo Central up to a 6-point lead now after a 3-point lead at halftime. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones here on this cold Friday evening here at Mingo County, West Virginia, Birch Middle School. As it'll be Mingo Central ball out of the Lincoln County timeout. And again, it's been a lot of physicality in this game tonight on both sides, especially here in this third quarter so far, as Maynard, three from the corner, rattles out. Rebound tipped up by Burke, goes to Hatfield, now to Sarton. His jumper short and taken by Duncan. And Duncan looks up ahead. Davis able to make the grab underneath. Bowman was there for a second, and now a double dribble going to be called on Davis. Again, that would have been a tough needle to thread. Davis saying it's his fault on that to Bowman, but I don't know. Even if he would have tried to deliver that pass down there, Mingo Central might have been able to intercept that. Sarton out front, guarded by Davis, and now you're going to get a whistle and a foul on Davis. So get him on a push that time, and now checking into the game. As Miller checks into the game, Duncan will check out. Over to Sarton. And just kind of waiting on one of these teams to make a push right now. Either way, again, Mingo Central's got a little bit of the better of it here in the third, but not by much, as that pass from Hatfield stolen. Now Burke comes from behind on Banks and knocks it away, and it'll stay with the Panthers. And it's been a 6-3 third quarter here in favor of the Miners so far. Bounce it in, and once again, Burke able to sell the charge call as Miller lowered that shoulder, and Burke went diving to the ground. You're going to get that call every time whenever that shoulder gets lowered like that. Again, Lincoln County protesting that Burke flopped on the play, and there might have been a little Hollywood to that, but sometimes you got to sell it as well as you can sell it. So go into the middle for Burke. Tried to feed it underneath to Maynard. Pass got deflected. As we said, defense has been everywhere tonight on both ends. And again, this third quarter tonight being brought to you in part by Trend Services. I want to thank Trend Services, our third quarter sponsor here tonight. This pass up top, taken away by Davis. He goes one-on-one with Burke. Gave him a little hesitation move. It did freeze Burke, but Davis couldn't finish the layup. Now Maynard over to Joplin, and he will finish it on the other end. So there's a big 4-point swing right there. So the lead goes back up to 8 now for the Miners. Bowman trying to find an opening. Again, he's had the hot hand on offense for the Panthers. They'll give it back to him. Sarton sticking to him like glue right now. Pass out front. There's Joplin with another steal. Takes it up the left side. Can't finish, but he's fouled on the play by Porter. So that will send Keziah Joplin to the free throw line. A chance to try and get this back to a double-digit lead with 2:52 to go in the third quarter. Just a reminder, this game brought to you in part by Stereo Video Unlimited, Rebound Physical Therapy, Global Arc Ministry, PT12 Pizza, Wide Eye Care, 304 Motorsports, Logan Regional Medical Center, Logan Bank and Trust, Blessings and Blooms, the Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, and our third quarter sponsor, Trend Services. Joplin splits the free throws. He's got 7 points total, 5 of those coming in this period. And Lincoln County's been held to 3 points this quarter so far, as Porter got a clean look but couldn't knock it down, taken back by Hatfield. And Mingo back the other way, trying to push this lead back into double figures. Joplin will get it up top for Sarton. Bounces it over for Hatfield. Looking down low. Nice feed by Joplin. Nice feed by Burke. And nice finish by Maynard, as he has got 12 now for the evening. Great passing and great unselfish basketball there for the Miners. 32-21 as Porter tries to get inside, lost control of it. It shovels over to Bowman. 3, that one was online all the way, but wouldn't go. And now it hits the top of the backboard, and they're going to give it back over to Mingo Central. Boy, you just kind of fully expected that shot to go in from Bowman when he unleashed it, and it looked good all the way. As Hatfield will check out now. As Elijah May will check into the game for the first time for the Miners. Final 2 minutes of this third quarter. First quarter was dominated by Mingo Central. Second quarter was dominated by Lincoln County. And now the third quarter has been all Miners so far. Maynard will give it down low for Burke. Back up top for Joplin. Joplin steps in, feeds it back. Now to Maynard. Back to Burke. He'll tire a 3. That one rattles out. Rebound May. Kicks it out. As Maynard takes a fade away from the free throw line. No good. And rebounded underneath by Duncan. Going to get a foul on the backcourt now on Burke for reaching in. So again, we've seen a ton of physical action here tonight, but we've definitely gotten a lot of ticky-tack calls on both sides for reach-ins. So it's just been a little bit of a different tale tonight officiating-wise. And like I said, you just have to adjust to every crew. They know what they're looking for, and they know what they want to call. Over for Bowman in the left corner. Back up top, Porter. Lincoln County needs something to try and close out this third quarter right now. They've been ice cold out of halftime. Under a minute now, Bowman. Lined up his feet, gives it off to Porter instead. He'll drive along the baseline, nothing there for him. Now tries to feed it down low and intercepted by May. Great defense again by the Miners as Joplin will bring it up. 39 seconds left. Let's see if they try and run this down or if they go for the quick look on this possession. Into the corner for May. Head fakes, drives in, got caught between shot and pass. And now we get a whistle. I'm not sure if May wanted to shoot that or pass that, but he's going to be called for the foul after the fact. Lincoln County with 26.4 seconds could get the final look of the period. Davis swings it over. Duncan with 15 seconds, gets it back out to Miller. Over left side for Banks. His 3 comes up short. May gets the rebound up to Burke with 9 seconds. Burke looking to go to work, gets it back out to Joplin with 4 seconds. Joplin with 2, with 1, going to heave it up at the horn, spins out. And that'll do it for the third quarter as Mingo Central re-ups their lead to 11 as we head to the final 8 minutes. Back after this as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
Getting ready for sports means protecting those eyes. Up to 90% of sport-related eye injuries can be prevented with proper eye protection. White Eye Care knows this and is committed to providing the best protective sportswear for your child's eyes. As a proud sponsor of our community sports programs, we want to see our kids protected, from the little ones up to the big leagues. Our huge selection of eyewear makes finding that perfect pair easy. So win big this season. Call White Eye Care in Logan for an appointment today.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
Start of quarter number 4 here from Birch Middle School. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones with you. Lincoln County climbed back to within 3 at halftime, but only scoring 3 points in the third quarter. Trail Mingo by 11. This quarter, tough driving, spinning layup attempt wouldn't fall. Or Maven Davis, excuse me. And Sarton will get it up top for Joplin. Looks back door. May. No look past that time, trying to find Maynard, and that'll go into the Mingo bench. And this has been a defensive struggle here tonight. Again, both sides have just played pretty good defense on both sides. Coming up with steals, key blocks, preventing clean looks. So it's not that it's been horrible shooting all night, it's just been pretty good defense as Elliott Austin just checking in, can't knock down the three. Joplin on a run out, he'll finish on the left side. Joplin with 9 points now, 34-21. Cross court, Austin, he'll launch another three. This one won't fall as it rolls out. Trying to save it as they sandwich the official up against the wall. Thankfully he's okay. Up ahead, Sarton, nice look underneath and hits Joplin for the layup. And now the official on the other end who got sandwiched against the wall, I believe he needed a breather after that. So it may have been an official's timeout. So they go to check on him. So that'll give him a moment to try and recover here. So neither side called a timeout right there, but yeah, now Mike Smith asking if the official's okay, and I think he just needed a quick breather there. Again, you had a couple of 16 and 17-year-olds come crashing into you full speed up against a wall. It's not my idea of a fun Friday night, but these guys take a lot of punishment too out here. So thankfully, he's okay. So they blow the whistle to go back to action here with 6:52 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's Mingo Central with the only 4 points thus far here in the fourth quarter so far. So they've been on a 15-3 run here in this second half. So it's 21-18 at halftime. Panthers have only been able to find one field goal. Again, they only have one field goal in the first quarter, only one field goal in the third quarter. They erupted in the second quarter. We're going to need that and then some now to try and catch back up in this game. Bowman tries to get it started, and he's fouled on a three, second time tonight. Bowman's been fouled on a three-pointer. This time May crashes into him. He'll pick up another foul, and Bowman will try 3 more free throws on the other end as this fourth quarter here tonight brought to you in part by 304 Motorsports. We appreciate them for being our fourth quarter sponsor here this evening as Bowman gets the first free throw to rattle home. He's got all 4 of the points for the Panthers here in the second half. And now he's 4 or 5 from the line overall. And his third one off the mark. Burke able to come in for the rebound. Maynard will push into the center of the floor. 36-23, Mingo Central leads it. And Lincoln staying in that zone right now, but there's probably going to be only so long they can stay in it. Trailing by 13 here in the fourth quarter. Maynard will bring it back out. Now you see them switching up the man. We got a whistle on the far side. So they're going to get Bowman on the foul this time as he came out of there holding his mouth. Not agreeing with the call as Sarton will check back in. As May will go to the bench. And Sarton and Joplin have done a good job playing with those 3 fouls in this game that they both picked up back in the first half. Joplin's pass deflected over along the corner. Hatfield somehow comes up with it. And he's looking to get rid of it. Gets it back out to Maynard. Maynard, nice dribble drive by. Tries to flip it into the corner for Hatfield. That's wide of the mark. And you see Hatfield comes up gimpy. And now you're going to get a timeout here from Mingo Central. Try and check on Hatfield. And maybe get a sub into the game with 5:51 to play. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. And just a reminder, this game brought to you in part by Stereo Video Unlimited, Rebound Physical Therapy, Global Arc Ministry, PT12 Pizza, White Eye Care, 304 Motorsports, our fourth quarter sponsor, Logan Regional Medical Center, Logan Bank and Trust, Blessings and Blooms, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, and Trend Services. Again, without you, I know we wouldn't be here tonight. So we appreciate all of our sponsors for helping us bring you all the high school football, basketball, baseball action throughout the year. Now Lincoln County with the ball out of the timeout. It's Porter back into the game. Again, Mingo Central looking to ramp up the pressure, and Burke with a great steal near mid-court. Gets it back to Sarton. Sarton tries to spin away and now loses it as Davis comes up with it. Now there's Burke to tip it away from behind. Again, he's done that so many times here tonight for the Miners to help prevent potential buckets for the Panthers. Duncan will heave it in deep for Porter, and there's Maynard getting his hands on the ball and knocking it out of bounds. Again, the pressure from Mingo Central on defense has been relentless here this evening. Davis just has to put it into the backcourt with Porter. And under 5:25 to go now into the left corner. Duncan will take a three. That one off the side of the backboard. Sarton comes away with a rebound. Duncan trying to stay with him, and he'll pick up the foul. Again, you see it so many times. At pretty much every level. Again, if there's a mistake, missed shot, thought you got fouled, something happened, and that player will come back and commit a frustration foul right after that. Sarton gets it in the backcourt for Joplin. He gets a running hit of steam, goes inside, kicks it over for Maynard. Maynard able to come up and make the grab underneath to Joplin. Great feed by Maynard and a good finish by Joplin. Joplin has been the offense primarily here in this second half. He's got 11 in the second half, 13 for the game. Now he pokes one away near midcourt as ball comes squirting free as Sarton, laying his body on the line over in the corner, goes diving for it, and you see all of his teammates over there to help him up after that. And right there is exactly how you gain the respect of your teammates and your coaches, going after balls like that. And Sarton's been like that ever since he was in middle school. And just an aggressive player, goes after everything, just tenacious on both ends of the floor. Now 15-point lead for the Panthers in the middle. Miller kicks it over into the left corner now, is newly into the game for the Panthers is Colton McCormick. They kick it out for Davis. His three won't fall, and rebound just snagged away by Joplin. They call it jump ball. I'm surprised by that. It never looked like McCormick quite had a handle on that. And you see the Mingo Central bench is saying the same thing. 4:29 to go here in the fourth as possession arrow keeps it with the Panthers. Duncan fires far side. McCormick, he'll go for a three. That one off the mark, knocked out of bounds, and this time it'll go over to Mingo. Now 4:26 to go. Again, time running out here on the Panthers. Chances of trying to climb back into this game, and Bowman and Porter are still the only two that have scored tonight for Lincoln County. As there's a tough move by Maynard, gets inside and he'll put up another two. Maynard now has 14 for the contest. So Joplin right behind him with 13 as McCormick gets caught underneath, gets it out to Davis, open three, but that'll roll off. Rebounded by Duncan, trying to go up with it, having people smack it away at every angle, and now Maynard comes out with it. Lobs it up for Burke. Burke has to try and save it, just a little too far for him. Now up ahead, Duncan has it knocked away. As a great save by Joplin underneath Davion, able to get back and knock that away. Gives it back over. Joplin drives baseline. We get a whistle and a foul. They'll get that foul on McCormick. Hatfield checking in for Burke, just check on that left leg, and now Lincoln County is going to burn a timeout with 3:38 remaining in the fourth. We'll be back after this as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Cheech's Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Cheech's Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Cheech's Pizza.
Getting ready for sports means protecting those eyes. Up to 90% of sport-related eye injuries can be prevented with proper eye protection. White Eye Care knows this and is committed to providing the best protective sportswear for your child's eyes. As a proud sponsor of our community sports programs, we want to see our kids protected, from the little ones up to the big leagues. Our huge selection of eyewear makes finding that perfect pair easy. So win big this season. Call White Eye Care in Logan for an appointment today.
To 23, Mingo Central has dominated this second half, holding the Panthers to just 5 points overall. Chris Kidd, J.J. Pruitt, Coach David Jones here tonight at Birch Pre-K through 8th grade. The Miners have led it the entire way here tonight. Had their lead, like you said, cut to 3 at halftime, but they've built it up and then some here in the second half as Davion with his 6-point of the evening. It's the largest lead now of the game at 42 to 23. Mingo has outscored Lincoln 21 to 5 in the second half, make it 21 to 7 as Porter gets into double figures now with his 10th point. It's fall under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Wow, what a behind the back pass by Davion. Gets it over now. Joplin, they get it back out front as Mingo just going to work some on the clock as they go inside to Maynard. Now over to Joplin, lays it up as it won't fall. And we get a whistle. And I think they may have counted the basket. So I was trying to listen in to see if there was an explanation given. So I'm not sure. I guess Joplin gets credit for that basket since he was the one that had the shot attempt. And I believe they said that Lincoln County either hit the backboard or grabbed the net or something to rattle the rim that time. And so that's basket interference. And just like a goaltend, that'll be 2 points. 44 to 25 now as McCormick puts one up in the corner, and there's the first bucket by anyone not named Porter or Bowman here tonight for the Panthers. Maynard drives in strong, kicks it over to Hatfield, and he'll lay it in. And that's 4 points now for Bo Hatfield. And Lincoln County in desperation mode on defense, trying to come up with anything they can right now. Duncan, 3 from the corner, won't rattle home. Bowman went fighting for the rebound as it gets knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Panthers. Down to a minute 58 to go. Bowman looked out front, gives it to McCormick. Now into the corner for Bowman. Put one up with Sarton right in his face and almost got it. Rebounded by the Miners now. They look like they're on their way to another victory on this season as Maynard, tough drive-by in traffic, can't get it. Joplin got the rebound, went to the ground with it, tried to get rid of it, but I call him for a travel. And again, Burke has stayed on the bench ever since coming up a little get gimpy after that alley-oop attempt earlier this quarter. Didn't look like anything serious, but you want to just play it safe with a 19-point lead right now. Got 3 off the mark from Bowman. Sarton grabs the rebound. Mingo runs it across the timeline. We're under 75 seconds to go now here in the fourth. Joplin dribbling around out front. Porter comes out to contest. Pass gets away, and it'll give it over to Lincoln County unless they say Porter got a piece of that. And they're going to say Lincoln County ball instead here. Now final opportunities here of the evening for the Panthers. And they've had a tough season so far, but they fought hard here tonight and right with Mingo Central at halftime. The Miners, their pressure on defense and their athleticism just turned on the afterburners here in the second half and ran away from the Panthers. Inside they work it, now back out, jumper up, that one off the mark, rebounded underneath by Duncan, and going to get a push and a foul with 38.7 left. Going to get that foul on Hatfield. And right now we're going to go ahead and give out our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game tonight. And again, kind of tough to decide. Again, you've had several key performances here by the Miners tonight as Maynard gives it over to Joplin. Joplin in the corner with 20 seconds left. Ball gets knocked away over to Miller. But again, Keziah Joplin and Devin Maynard tonight, they were exceptional on both sides of the ball and coming up with steals, rebounds, led the team in scoring as Maynard had 14 tonight. Joplin has 15 overall, 13 of those coming in the second half for Joplin. So Keziah Joplin and Devin Maynard, our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic players of the game here tonight for the Miners as Maynard goes coast to coast, and he'll be fouled with 6 seconds left. So a final chance to try and add to his total. And Lincoln County, I guess they just don't want to take them back to Lincoln County with them. And they'll call a timeout with 6 seconds left. So we'll step aside for final break and be back after this as you're watching high school basketball action on the D&D Sports Network.
At Logan Regional Medical Center, our comprehensive inpatient rehabilitation program helps get you back to living life. With an 8-bed unit for patients 18 and over, our caring team of doctors, nurses, and rehabilitation specialists work with you, providing a full line of services to help you restore your capabilities and get you back home and back to living. Logan Regional Medical Center, providing inpatient rehabilitation close to home.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business? Choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So now after Lincoln County burns their final timeout, we presume Maynard next on the first free throw. As he matches Joplin for team high now with 15 points. Second one to rattle out. Taken away as McCormick gives it over for Duncan, and he'll lay it in as the horn sounds to close out the action here tonight. As you look at the final scoring on both sides, Tanner Bowman led Lincoln County with 15, Porter with 10, and then McCormick and Duncan each with 2 to round out the scoring. On the other side, Maynard and Joplin led the way with 15 points. For Mingo Central, Aiden Burke with 7, Hatfield with 4, and Davion Joplin with 6 points here this evening. That adds up to a 47-29 win for the Miners here from Birch Pre-K through 8th here this evening. Again, we want to thank all of our sponsors once again this evening. I want to thank Coach David Jones and J.J. Pruitt here alongside me this evening as I'm Chris Kidd saying so long and stay safe out there, everybody.